Friends of Legala Cultura, my name is Nadim Naaman and I play the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera. We are coming to Poland this summer. We're going to be in Gdańsk and Gliwice, so please come and join us. It'll be fantastic to see you there. This is a great opportunity to see Phantom in its original language with an international cast of people who have performed Phantom all across the world, and we cannot wait to see you there. I've been in the musical theatre industry for nearly 20 years now, and there are a few roles that are as iconic as the Phantom. You know, wherever you go in the world, you show somebody this mask, and you play them this music, and everybody instantly knows the Phantom of the Opera. And to look after this character for a period of time is a great honour. You know, I grew up watching so many actors play this role who are a great inspiration to me. And now it's my turn to do it for a while, and then there will be many more people afterwards as well. So it's a very proud moment to play something so iconic.
For me, I think the vocal stamina that the role requires is a really fascinating aspect of it. You know, Christine is a dancer at the beginning, a ballet dancer, but we need to believe that she becomes an opera singer, an opera star. And she spends the most time on stage out of any of the characters. And so the vocal stamina that you have to be able to show someone who is very timid at first, and reflecting that through the way you sing, and then blossoming into this very strong woman. And you need to reflect all that in the way that you present it vocally. I think that's a really interesting aspect of the role.
Share each day with me, each night, each morning, anywhere you go.
The one that I find hardest is probably Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. It's Christine's solo in the second act. And I think it's quite hard just vocally as a piece, but it's also a very emotional piece. It's kind of a big pivoting point for her character, where she finds a lot of strength. And so making sure that you still give a beautiful performance vocally, but that you're really getting across the raw emotion that she's feeling. I think balancing those two things can be quite tricky. So I think that's probably the hardest point of the show for me.
I feel like the first scene in the Phantom's lair is the most challenging section, and it's because you have three pieces back to back without any rest. You know, you have the title song, The Phantom of the Opera, when he's traveling with Christine. Then you have Music of the Night, and then you have Stranger Than You Dreamt It, which is where we see him without the mask for the first time. And they're very contrasting musical styles and vocal styles. You know, sometimes it's very small and delicate, then suddenly he's screaming and more wild. So it feels a bit like this as a singer. And you have to really figure out how to pace yourself and how to be in control so you don't overdo it. Because if you go too hard, you don't have as much of a good voice for Act 2. So you have to really figure out the challenge of stamina. So I'd say that's the most challenging section. My favourite section is the final scene in the show, simply because it's the climax of the story, and it's the first time the three main characters all kind of combine, and we leave everything we have left, we just leave it on the stage. All the emotion we have left, all the energy we have left, it all comes out in that final scene. And I think that's why it's so powerful for audiences to watch.
I have always had a soft spot for the theme song, Phantom of the Opera. I just think the kind of rock influence that Andrew Lloyd Webber put into it is addictive almost. The way he wrote it, I think it's a divine piece of music, and I really enjoy. She starts singing very low and then she goes all the way to the top of her register. I mean, it's amazing. It's very hard, but it's amazing.
The phantom of the opera is there inside you.
I think that we're obviously aware as performers that bootlegs are a big thing, and the internet is completely filled with footage from shows all over the world, and we can't really do anything to stop it. We're pretty powerless as actors to stop it. But I think the one message we always want to share with our audiences is that you might think it's harmless, that you're just filming the show on your phone or on a camera, but the reality is that you're ruining the experience for the people sat around you, you know.
I've even seen some bootlegs of our show, and it never does justice to it, because the shows aren't designed to be recorded from the audience, you know. They're designed to be amplified into that space. But recording it onto a small device is going to completely distort the sound, and it ends up sounding quite different to how it actually does when you're sat in the audience. So it's not even an accurate representation of what the show sounds like. So it's kind of a pointless exercise.
Theatre is made to be seen live. Musicals especially are meant to be appreciated as a live art form, and nothing is ever going to beat seeing it live. You know, even when you see a very professional capture of something like Hamilton, or, you know, which they put on Disney Plus, and it's very popular, but it still doesn't even begin to compare to seeing the thing live in a theatre. But I also understand that, you know, musicals are very popular across the whole world, and there are only some cities where there are lots of theatres and lots of musicals. So if I understand why people are tempted to watch things online, but it's never going to be the same as going to a theatre and seeing it for yourself.
He doesn't know.
Hello to the friends of Legana Cultura. We are so excited for you to come to our show. We can't wait to share it with you. We are so looking forward to being here in Poland with our amazing cast, crew, all involved in this production, and I can't wait to see you there.
Hear the drum.